Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at part 2 of The Cult of the Kayrites. Before we begin, just a quick reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. Moving right along. Mythology tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. Our first question for today is from Tabitha. She wants to know who was the primary author of the Kayrites and who did he list? Tabitha, Hesiod distinctly mentions 3 Kayrites. They were Eurisophene, Algaea, and Thalia. Now we have a question from Ignacio. He asks, what does each Kayrite represent? Ignacio, Eurisophene represented joy, Algaea represented shining, and Thalia represented blooming. Our next question is from Francesca. She goes on to say that she is confused who are the Graces. Francesca, the Graces or the Gratiae in Latin were how the Romans referred to the Kayrites. Moving right along. This question is from Gary. He wants to know which Kayrite was married to Hephaestus. Gary, good question. Algaea was the Charis who married Hephaestus. Our next question is from Jenny. She asks, were the Kayrites included in the Eleusinian Mysteries? Jenny, yes they were. They were also included in the initiations that were held every year. This question is from Melanie. She asked, who were the parents of the Kayrites? Melanie, it is generally accepted that the parents of the Kayrites were Zeus and Oceanid Eunomé. Rarely it has been argued that the Kayrites were the daughters of Dionysus and Coronis. Even rarer still is the argument that they were the daughters of Helios and Naïadad Agile. Let's press on. Letitia asks if it's true that the cult of the Kayrites is very old, even pre-Greek. Letitia, it can be argued as so. Some scholars believe that the Kayrites appeared to be Pelasgian pre-Greek and originating with the Proto-Indo-Europeans and introduced by them to the Greeks. It is generally believed that the earliest center of worship for the Kayrites was in the Cycladic Islands, including Paros. Well, this question is from Hank. He wants to know, why are the Kayrites important to the ancient cultures? Hank, the Kayrites and nymphs are important to the ancients due to fertility rites and nature with a particular connection with springs and rivers. We still have time for a couple more questions. Here's a good one from Russell. He asks, how did the Kayrites entertain the Olympian gods? Russell, the Kayrites along with the Muses would host gatherings and entertain the gods and goddesses with song and dance. The music was supplied by Apollo's very own lyre. Our last question for today is from Nadia. She asks, weren't the Kayrites connected in some way to Pandora? Nadia, excellent question. The Kayrites were said to have presented the lovely Pandora with necklaces to make her more enticing. This brings us to the end of part 2 of The Cult of the Kayrites. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Traveler's Tales. Just a reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. We enjoy hearing from our subscribers, so don't hesitate to contact us with any questions or comments you may have. If you haven't subscribed to Traveler's Tales, please do. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Traveler's Tales will return with the rise and the fall of the Cilician pirates. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and fact, Kartistos.